Hello again, it's Mariana, and I was asked to make a video about past lives. And I will share my own experiences. This is a topic I love, one of the topics I love. And also, I would love to state my own opinion about how important it is to know about past lives and if it's absolutely necessary or not to know about past lives when we are on a healing journey, when we want to evolve, and when we want to just also when we are on therapy. Okay, like I have said in other videos, I always believed in past lives since I was a kid. I remember that since I was a very small kid, I had this feeling that I was coming from somewhere else. I felt that this is not my first time here. I felt that it was a continuation from somewhere else. I didn't know from where, but I just felt that it was right. When I started listening and being informed about past lives from movies, from books, I wasn't exactly surprised. It wasn't like, okay, there is also this theory. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. No, for me, it felt so normal, like telling me that I have legs and hands and everything. For me, it was like, okay, yes, we do have past lives. Okay. And I wasn't exactly surprised for this concept, this theory, call it whatever you want. So yes, I already had this sense that, yes, we do have past lives. This is not the beginning when we are born here in this lifetime. And when I started growing up, I was in my teenage years. I started reading a lot about also religions. I started seeing this concept mostly in Buddhism. And in general, I somehow knew that this makes sense. I was also spiritually aware since I was a kid. And as I was growing, I was reading a lot of books, philosophy, psychology. I also had studies in psychology. And then I started psychotherapy when I was 36 years old. And the concept of past lives became very important for me when I had my spiritual awakening / remembering mostly in 2018 when I was 38 years old. Okay. I'll talk about what happened, how I started learning about some of my past lives. I will talk about my experiences and what I mostly learned about these experiences. Like I have said in another video, I had my spiritual awakening in 2018, and that was due to a member of my soul family. and I'm very thankful, to be honest. um, but this type of friendship was also very challenging, so it didn't end up very well. And that was when I started Reiki. But before I was attuned myself, before my first attunement, I went into therapy to do some Reiki. And my first teacher, she helped me with this friendship. She immediately understood that there was something wrong from a past life. And that's how I had my first past life experience. So I went into therapy, and she used angelic Reiki, and she guided me with meditation. Mind you, that period of my life, my third eye was very, very open, and my heart chakra as well. So it was very easy for me to start channeling. It was very easy for me to download, let's say, information from past lives. So we did some meditation, and I couldn't yet exactly download this information about what happened between me and this person in past life. But I remember for sure that before going to this Reiki teacher, that, like I said, I was downloading a lot of information. So I remember that when we had this, challenge between us, I was just saying, come on, I want to solve it. We've been like that for the last 6 lifetimes, and I really need to solve it. I don't want this anymore. That's as far as I knew, okay? I was just thinking about it. So when I went to my Reiki teacher, she guided me with visualizations and meditation. I was trying to see a vision, but I couldn't. And then she told me that your subconscious is trying to block it, because it must have been something really bad that happened between you. So I remember I went home that day, and I already had communication with my spirit guides. So I remember telling them, come on, please, I know it's really something bad, but I'm ready to find out what's going on. Oh, I forgot to tell you something also. When I had this meditation with my teacher, the only information that came to my mind was that it was a very poor place. It was a home. I was looking at a home, and I was looking at a little boy with brown hair and a man, supposedly the boy's father. And as I saw the characteristics, came to me that I was in India. So, and we were very, very poor. okay, then I went home because I couldn't understand what happened between us. But I knew it was something bad. I had this sense, like, for the first time, that it was really something bad, something really, really bad. A feeling that I never had before in this lifetime. So I told my spirit guides, okay, I'm going to sleep now. Please tell me. Because, they can also show you pictures while you're sleeping through dreams. So I told them that. Like I said before, yes, I was very open to such things because my third eye was very open itself. So I told them, please, come on, I know. You don't need to protect me. I don't need my subconscious to protect me. I want to know the truth. What happened? And okay, I saw what happened. Okay, it was bad. Okay, this person, okay, I was the son, and my father killed me. He was drinking. He was drinking. He was an alcoholic, and he killed me. And I saw that in my dream. I woke up immediately. I was like, okay, I got this. Now I understand why you didn't want me to know all of it. Fine. But, yeah, it was really challenging, but this was an experience for sure. I will tell you. And from then on, I have seen other past lives as well. In my second attunement in Reiki, okay, when you become a Reiki therapist, you're basically become like a vehicle, a tool that you are downloading Reiki. You're using the Reiki energy, and you become, your body becomes the means so that you can use Reiki to other people, or to yourself as well. So in my second attunement, I found out that with my right arm, there was a blockage. And I had the energy of the Reiki going like this, but it stopped here. And I couldn't understand what's going on. And suddenly, I have this vision that as I was watching my hand like this, I have this vision when I cannot see this part of my hand. And I'm downloading the information that in another lifetime, they had cut my hand. And when I had this second attunement, I remember that also my teacher saw the same thing. So that is another past life experience. Other past life experiences I had when I went for a reading with this amazing woman that she's an Akashic record reader. And she told me about many of my past lifetimes, and many of them resonated. And also, it's funny because she was telling me about a very specific lifetime where as she was talking about it, suddenly it occurred to me that person that you're talking about is this person in this life. And she said, yes, it is. So, okay, I'm not going to bother you about my other lifetimes. It's not that important. But I would love to talk to you about something that is even more important, and that is what I learned about past lives. Okay, first of all, the most amazing thing is that we remember them. What I mean by that is the same way that you can remember something that happened when you were 5 years old, when you were 7 years old, when you were 20 years old, I don't know how old you are now, but it doesn't matter. The same way that you can remember something from your past, you can also remember something from another lifetime. It's like I'm saying your extended CV, your extended resume. Yeah, because it is all, every lifetime and every experience, thought, feeling, every action, everything is stored. The Akashic records in your DNA, in your body, everything, in your energy, it's stored. It's like data that it is stored. So what's amazing is that apart from this experience, when this Akashic record reader told me about this person in a past lifetime, and I immediately remembered who it was, and I knew who it is in this lifetime. The first experience that I had when I was asking about what happened between me and this soulmate of mine in this past life, in a past life, when I got the information, I remembered it. That was amazing. It's not like I just got the information and okay, what happened is so and so, and that's it. No, I remembered. I was very surprised because I really remembered. So I didn't need any other evidence that this is true. Okay, for me, I didn't really need the evidence in the first place because, like I said, since I was a kid, I already felt it true. But now even more so, I was. It really felt. How can I put this? All this is so magical for me. Like the fact that there are past lives, and the fact that we decide a new lifetime to evolve and make it better this time and learn and also to go on this journey, because it's a journey for each of us, and that we always choose other characters, let's say, because it's like a novel or something it is, and to evolve and starting getting rid of all these patterns that we acquire and be more connected with our soul until we, of course, return to source. That's amazing. I mean, yeah, apart from the fact that I remembered, the other amazing thing, that's even more amazing than that, is that regarding the first experience that has to do with this person, the soulmate of mine, when I had this image through visualizations and meditation, where I was looking at a father and a son, okay, first of all, I was confused because I couldn't really figure out if I was the son or the father. But I became both. What I mean by that, again, it wasn't just an information. It wasn't just like, okay, Mariana, let me tell you what happened. You have a father and you have a son, and so happened. No. What's more amazing than that is that first, I was a son. Like right now, I am me, and I'm talking to you. So, I was the son, and I was doing what I was doing, and on the other instant I was a father. So I became both characters. And I could feel and sense and think like they did. I could feel and think like they did. Can you imagine that? So, okay, why do I think that this is amazing? Because when we die and we go to the spirit world, there is this thing that's called a life review. And during this life review, where we see all our lives and how we have impacted, both positively and negatively, people around us. Again, we don't just get an information about how they felt or everything. We become them. Like if I have, I don't know, hurt someone by having a conflict, I don't know, conflict, whatever. I become, when I am back there in my life review, I will become this person. And I will feel exactly as they felt. And same goes for the other people as well. So that's what happened exactly when I had these visualizations through the meditation. In this first experience of starting realizing what happened in my past life with the soulmate of mine. So I could literally, since I was the kid, the son. Okay, sorry about that, the phone rang. So as I was saying, I didn't just get the information about the fact that I was a kid and my soulmate back then in that other lifetime, they were my father. But I also became the father, and I could literally feel and think like them, and I could feel their pain. I could feel that there was so much pain that this person, they could not express it. They couldn't express it. They had a problem with expression, and they used drinking to numb it. Like I have said, this person is one of my soulmates, is one of my member of my soul family. Usually those people are people that we have spent most of our lifetimes. So the bond is very strong. And also I had the experience for the first time in my life of literally having like an unconditional love for them. So I could really see who they really are, which was nothing to do with this person who was in such a pain that they couldn't control themselves and they became so violent. Now, what I have understood very much from this experience is that it is amazing the fact that we can not only understand mentally what the other person might have been through to act in a certain way, but become them. And when you become a character, I think that it's the only way that you can really, by feeling how they felt and feeling like all their problems and pain, that you can grow compassion more easily. That's amazing what they're doing in the life review. But when I saw that and had this experience with these visualizations and meditation from that past life, I can safely say that this is the best method to really see and understand and feel what another person can go through, and how even the most horrible acts are due to really someone losing their path and someone be in the deepest of pains and not being able to handle it. Because that's what happened with this person too. By the way, the reason usually for such cases when you have another lifetime is usually forgiveness. Okay. Okay, that's the first thing that I've learned with past lives. The second one was that we can also see past lives in our dreams. During that period with this soulmate of mine I talked about, there was a dream that I had when I was watching in my dream a small community of people that they were like Indians, and they were poor, and I heard the word Raji. And the next day that I woke up, I'm Googling the word Raji, and I'm watching on the internet that it is a group of people. It's a community. They're living in a village somewhere in India, and they are called Raji. I was like, wow, okay. And that's where I was in this past life. So yeah, we are watching past lives in our dreams, but we have no idea. The same way that you can recall something from this lifetime that comes from the past, like I said, this is our past too. So we are watching things from a past life in our dreams. Another thing. Okay, that's amazing, because that is exactly what the law of possibilities and quantum physics is about. With all this world of possibilities. Okay. The other thing that has to do with the past life. With this first experience of mine, with the soulmate, my Reiki teacher told me that apart from seeing what happened between us, I could see what would happen if this person hadn't killed me. What would be the rest of my life? What was the plan before giving birth? What was the plan for that lifetime? What would happen if I had lived? And listen to this now. Before I went to this teacher, I had seen a dream that period. And I was watching a certain family, most probably, I don't remember, British now, I don't know, but they were really well off. They were very financially, well off. And I was watching myself as a boy being with that family and growing up and studying and everything. Now, fast forward. to this Reiki teacher of mine. When she told me that, what would happen? I said, yes, okay, let's do that. And she channeled through Reiki again, angelic Reiki. And we both saw what I had seen in my dream. We both again saw this family, that they would adopt me, and I would grow up, and I would be able to study, go to school, and study, etc., etc., etc. So there is the possibility that you can also see not only what happened, but what could have happened if things were different. And again, during the life review, when we go back to the spirit world, during the life review, as we're watching our life, come on, our life is a series of choices, right? So we're watching also, and our spirit guides help us with this. We're also watching what would have happened if we had made another choice. So, same thing here. My teacher, because come on, my murder was not pre-planned before birth, but we also have free will, right? So she's shown me what would have happened if things were according to plan, let's say, okay? If my life didn't stop at that point. Okay, now another thing about past lives in general, is that you get lots of information about why you have the special talent you have in this life, why you have a certain fear. You can have, for example, fear from something that happened in this lifetime, but you can also carry a fear from previous lifetimes. Again, with this experience, okay, this experience seems to have everything, as it seems, with this soulmate of mine. Just because he had killed me as my father back then, I had very strongly the fear of death in this lifetime. So I remember that when I was in primary school, I had sometimes at one period of my life a nightmare where in this nightmare there was a person that was I was running from them, and I couldn't look back. So when I had this healing from my Reiki teacher, and when I understood what happened in that lifetime, I remember that it was one night when I went to sleep. And after so many years that I hadn't seen this nightmare, I watched again in my sleep this man, where I was running from them, but at some point I just stood there and I turned back at him and I looked at them. I looked at him. And then I woke up, but I was really happy because I understood that by watching this dream, that was it. This fear was no longer there because of that. So yes, we can understand a lot from a past life. We can even get rid of a fear of. We can also understand a certain situation with a person, a certain fear we have, a certain talent. Because, come on, not everything is negative, okay? We might have a talent from a previous lifetime. Well, sometimes, don't you see those children who are born and they have a special talent? And we're like wondering how on earth could this kid, and they are a small kid, have such talent? Because how could they have such a talent when another person needs like, I don't know how much training and work and studying, and they already have it? That's most probably because they had it from a past life. What else? Yeah, you can learn a lot from past lives. Usually, when we reincarnate sometimes, especially when we have traumas and fears from past lives, we reincarnate, and what happens is that plenty of times we are deciding with our spirit guides before being born how things will play out, and with what characters. Sometimes we decide certain characters to challenge us to create the same trauma in our lives, the same fears in our lives, so that this time, in this lifetime, we can work with those fears and work with this trauma and overcome it, heal it. So, yeah, it sounds very masochistic, but the real reason is not to suffer. The real reason is to overcome it, because sometimes we have very challenging lives, and not all lifetimes are like this. Okay, but sometimes in one lifetime, for example, we get stuck in a very bad pattern, and I don't know, maybe low self-worth in one lifetime, or guilt for stealing in another lifetime, or murder, or because, come on, it's not like a straight path. We all make mistakes. We have all been hurt, and even in really bad ways, but we have also hurt other people. It's not an easy journey for none of us. It's really challenging. We're growing, we make mistakes, we repeat it in another lifetime. Let's go again. This time I will make it right. And sometimes we get into these stupid patterns, these stupid ego patterns again and again until we make it right. And that can be challenging. But one of the ways we do that is, like I said, we decide the characters. We are all going together like before we are born, and we say, okay, so and so, and it will be challenging. But there is a lesson there, and there is this opportunity to overcome it this time. So when you overcome and you're working with fears and traumas, it can be really challenging and painful even, but you're given the opportunity to work with this and then start working with joy, then start, as they say, thriving, start from one point onwards to really start building, not just by overcoming, but by building according to who you really are and what your real purpose is in this lifetime or other lifetimes. And yeah, that's beautiful, because you see, the soul in its lifetime, maybe there was one lifetime that it wanted to serve other people and heal them, but something happened, and with, I don't know, certain situations, some people, and you got stuck in a pattern, and you have another lifetime, and you're still in this pattern, and then another lifetime, and you're still in this pattern until you solve it, so that then the soul can also evolve and start showing itself and start serving other people and being able to fulfill its purpose. Yeah. Well, now, my opinion about whether it is important to know about past lives when you are in a healing journey and evolving. Well, be honest, after all this, it's very interesting. It can give you perspective. But I'll be honest, is it really necessary to know about past lives when you're healing and evolving and when you're into, I don't know, psychotherapy, Reiki, or whatever? The answer for me is no. Even though I have said all these things, I still believe that it's not really necessary. Now, why is that? Because really, when we are born in each lifetime, we don't remember our past lives, and there's a reason for that. And usually the reason is because in each lifetime, when we have a new character, a new avatar, here I am, Mariana, okay, this avatar, we start in a very blank, in a blank state. So the reason behind this is so that this new character can evolve on its own and have their own perspective on things for this lifetime and the journey of this lifetime. And because if you remembered all of the other lifetimes, you could be so influenced by the past that it wouldn't help you and give you the opportunity to see things in this lifetime from a new perspective. It wouldn't help. So you need the new character that doesn't remember the past. Because it's all about this lifetime. It's always just about this lifetime. With your character you have right now about this lifetime. So no, I don't think that it is absolutely necessary. Now, if you want to do this, it's extremely interesting. And maybe the most important thing that you learn about past lives is this journey of the soul, which is amazing. It's the fact, of course, that we don't die. The body dies, our ego dies, but the soul never dies. It's indestructible. It's infinite, and it's indestructible. So yes, these are mostly the things that you know, that it's not, maybe the most important thing is that it's not like this mundane life that we think that it is about, where we are born, and we have this in-between where we try to make our best, which is in vain, and then we die, and there is no meaning. No, it's not like that at all. You learn that there's plenty of meaning. You learn that because at the end of the day, the most important thing is to connect to your soul, to evolve, and when you start connecting with your soul, connecting with your heart, most of all, you start living and you start really feeling fulfillment and real bliss. And I cannot find anything more important than that can make you really happy. And you cannot really understand that from the lens of we have one lifetime that has no meaning whatsoever and just have some fun, make the most of it, because someday you'll die. Yes, someday you'll die, but in this lifetime, still it is important to take full advantage of this lifetime, because we're not here just to say, okay, I have another lifetime afterwards, I will do it next life. No, you don't have to wait for the next life, do it in this lifetime. If you have fears and if you have traumas and everything, the best thing to do is use this lifetime to make the most of it. But through this perspective, not through the perspective that there's no meaning and everything is in vain, So yes, that's what I wanted to share today about past lives. Here it is night time, and good night. Bye guys, see you.